Welcome to the Data Science Using Python video concerning summary statistics. So in the last video, we learned how to read in some data. So here we see import pandas as PD just from last time, exact same code. And then we read this cherry tree data set into the data frame. Now, again, I'm going to have to change my working directory because I've started over just so I can illustrate to do this again, how to do this again. So here, I remember everything is on the desktop. So I'm going to come over here to my desktop and I'm going to select the folder, and now I'm set to go. Okay, so I can run this group using this button here, right? This is going to run the current selection. And when I run it, it will... looks like it did nothing, but if I go over to Variable Explorer, you can see the data frame is in there. It says it's a data frame right there. Now, once you have a data frame, there's a whole bunch of things you can do to it. So let's just try to find the mean of this data frame. Well, the data frame actually has more than one column. So if we want to have different columns, what we would do is just put in the column names. So we put in here diam, and then we put dot mean, and then open parenthesis, close parenthesis. And if I run just this line here, come up here, hit this button again, and you will see here's the mean of all of the diameters, and you can see it's 13.24. And you can do this with lots of different functions that exist inside of Python when you have a data frame. And this is all run by pandas. So here we can find the standard deviation. We can do, let's see, the median. We can do the maximum and the minimum. And I'll run them here in just a second. I just want you to see what they look like before we look at each one individually. And here we're doing the minimum. All right, so let's just sort of run these one line at a time. So here's the standard deviation. You can see we get 3.138. The median would be the median diameter. And this is 12.9. The maximum is 20.6. The minimum diameter in the data set is 8.3. Now, we can also get other information out of this as well, but right now we're just after summary statistics, so just keep that in mind. So we have diam1, and we can also get quantiles. And here you would put in a list of which ones you want. So if I want the 0.25, 0.5, and 0.75, this will give me the quartiles for my data here. And if I run this, it's going to give me 3 answers. So you'll see here's the, for 0.25, it's 11.05. For 0.5, it's 12.9, which is also the median, right? They're the same thing. And then for 0.75, the third quartile, it's 15.25. And you can see this is pretty easy to do. And let's see what happens if we just do this in general. See if it gives us anything useful, because that might be something you would be after. Say, well, what is this? And notice it gives the mean of each of those. And you can do this without specifying a column, and it'll give you the information. I'm just first wanted to show you number by number. So you can do this, all of this on your own, and see how to get each piece of the information. You can also write these into variables. So for example, maybe you need the mean for something. You might want to call it, you know, diam mean. And you could just write in here df1 diam dot mean. And when I run this, you will quickly see that it does not show up down here, but it does show up here. It says diam mean is a float, which is the type of data that it is. Okay. And size is 1, and here's the number, and it has that number in it. And if I actually want to see this number, I can either type it down here, and you'll see there's the number, or I could just run just this part of it over here. Okay, so this is our first stab at looking at summary statistics using Python, using the pandas package. And what we're going to do next is we're going to slowly work our way into doing some group data, doing a few little plots and things like that, just to help us learn how to look at the data. So in the next one, we're going to learn how to make a plot with this data, a nice simple scatter plot. And hopefully it'll be nice and easy and everybody will be able to follow along. But in order to do that, we're going to need another package, and you'll see how this works. All right, so we will work on that next time. See you in the next video.